Hey, welcome to episode 19 of our Bohemia runs, our longest series so far. My name is Martin, this is Strat Chat, in case you are new to the channel. It's been really enjoyable uniting the West Slavs. It feels like something of an achievement. I think uniting all of the Slavs is a much massiver achievement. It's going to be interesting, but it does feel like a lot of work ahead. But one of the reasons I think that Emperor Devon and his dynasty, because he may be dying right as we speak, but one of the things about his empire is that it's rich in terms of income, and that's really critical, because if you compare that to the kind of the Viking one that I'm doing in the Mediterranean, it's interesting in lots of different ways. But whenever I raise the army there, I'm losing money. Emperor Devon can raise his whole army, including his levies, and still be making money. So he can wage war indefinitely, and he's getting richer while he's doing it. And that's really kind of important. But I don't think we're going to be doing much warfare today. I think today is going to be about reorganising the realm, getting the money up, improving the army, developing it. I mean, if there's a couple of minor wars to take counties, perhaps things like that might happen. But, we're not going to be taking on great empires. But great empires will have to be faced in the future. And right now, I've got no idea how I'm going to be able to take out huge parts of like Kazaria with those thousands of horse archers that they have. But all that is for another episode. In the meantime, though, if you have got ideas about how I'm going to be able to take over some of those large empires, then put some comments in, because there's certainly things that I don't know at the moment, and it's always useful and interesting to learn. Let's get into the game. Hi all. It's only been a year or two. I started I didn't start recording, and a couple of years have gone past. In some ways, nothing much has happened. In some ways, a lot has happened. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of try to summarise what has happened, rather than kind of like restart and playing it through again. I wouldn't have done anything differently. I suppose the only thing is that Emperor Devon has died, and so because there's an element that that may have happened earlier or later if I like restarted it, but it kind of felt like cheating. And as I say, I wouldn't have done anything dramatically different. Emperor Devon was desperately unpopular with his court, especially with his vassals, and so what I decided to do was to have a big banquet, invited them all in. And there were quite a lot of sort of benefits to that. It did seem to improve how some people were thinking about him. In particular, his brother, Bohemia, had been scheming against him, and in the end I managed to find a way of sort of allying him, and there was a faction with the aim of installing him on the West Slavic as the emperor throne, and I managed to get him out of that. And all those kinds of things were kind of going okay. I spent a lot of money, and I spent that money on stuff. And those buildings began to be built. Where possible, I tried to build economic buildings. I changed the innovation I was working on to manorialism instead of that saddled horse one. My thinking really behind this is that I want to put the economy before I put military. So when the economy's absolutely booming, then I can spend money on the army. So all of that was kind of going okay, and then, of course, I died. My son, Rosnata, he's taken over, and I've done almost nothing. I tell you what I have done. I've looked at his heirs. And he has two. He has Devon, who would be the grandson of our original Devon, and he has another one called Boris. Boris is intelligent. Devon isn't. So although Devon is the oldest, at the moment I've got Devon as my primary heir, and he's going to get everything. But actually, depending on how they develop, I suspect at some point that I'm going to quietly drop Devon from the succession, and Boris is going to take over. So he's the one that I think we're probably going to be investing in to be the one that takes over. He looks a very, very promising character, but at the moment he's only one, so it's a little bit early to say. And I did that. Other than that, I've done absolutely nothing. So what I'm going to do is carry on from there, and I'm so sorry. These things happen, and then you've got this sort of moral dilemma. Do I start again, which in a way is kind of like cheating, or do I just briefly explain? And I decided I would briefly explain. And in some ways it's much better, because actually I spent ages like sorting out Emperor Devon, who then died, and now I'm spending ages sorting out Emperor Ronata or whatever. So yeah, it's okay. This is the way we decided to do it, and I hope that's okay with you. Oh, I have got a chap married my mother, and he's on his way, and when he arrives, we're going to make him our Chancellor. It's all going to be about trying to get my feudal vassals to like me a little bit better. As you can see, they're not really keen, not really keen at all. I don't really have a huge amount of money, but I'm sure that will soon improve. So I can become a confident lover. I'm not too bothered about being attractive. It's not seemed important in my real life. So, okay, right. Let's pick up a couple of other things. So we're in the stewardship focus. We went for well focus. I slightly regretted that, actually. So in 5 weeks we might swap again, because the thing is, I have to keep her on assist ruler, and I really wanted to put her on court politics. But even on assist ruler, she's actually quite good. So I guess it's not the end of the world. I certainly don't need to put it on that. I need to put her on that, because if I put her onto court politics, then this drops down and there's nowhere now for me to pick it back up again. So let's keep her on that. I think we will hold court, because last I did that with Emperor Devon just a minute ago. It was very successful. I'm quite tempted by this. Yeah, I don't want direct vassal opinion, even worse. Let's go for that. Right, there's no way I'm giving him that. Yeah. I mean, I think at the end of the day we're going to have trouble with this guy. Let's shrink my head down here. Okay. So, just seems to have just left me with a big hole in my finances. Right, has he arrived yet? No, okay. There we go. Right. 27. Excellent. Now we're going to put him on domestic affairs. See if he can improve things. Have I got any areas that need... Yeah, Boleslav needs his attention. Right, we'll definitely put her on defence. He should already be in Prague. We'll keep him there. And, right, where do we need to convert? Hardly anywhere. But we'll convert there. It's take us 4 years, and then that mission, if you like, is completed. Okay, I need money. The other thing is, I'm not quite sure why, so please put some comments if you know, but I've lost control of the Knights Templar. Am I not up to the head of my dynasty? Yeah, okay. I've also gained a rival already. Okay. That's because we broke a betrothal to her like a generation or two ago. Okay, let's have a look at my court. I've got one person left in prison. Let's recruit her. She's Catholic. Recruit her and gain a hook. And what we'll do is we'll educate her and marry her. Off to not marry her ourselves, marry her off to someone. Right, who is a guardian? So she's got education focus. Who's this lady? I mean, she's not a particularly good diplomat, is she? Okay, so let's remove guardian. Oh my aunt, the antiquarian can do it. Right, do need to make sure that I've got a tutor. I don't have a tutor. This lady should be good. Okay. Just want to see this money going up and up and up. I'm obviously swaying my patriarch at the moment. Oh, I ought to sort this stuff out. Right, let's get rid of this. Okay, that's got us a bit more money. We're not far off all right now. I guess we should look at our court artifacts. Very, very few, but they're on display. Okay, fine. Now, I want to concentrate on my home problems at the moment. Oh, this is lovely. I've got all these things being built. Oh, that's super. Okay, so I get a seneschal land survey, vassal tax town contribution up 10%. Okay, that's going to annoy him. But I was getting much, much more. Emperor Devon was getting much, much more. So I think that there's time for these things to kind of gradually improve. Has Galicia Volnia collapsed? Yep. Okay, we might be going to war sooner than I thought. Right. I think we're just going to let him go. Arrogant. Gregarious, compassionate, arrogant. Right, Rudo is swayed. That's good news. Now, I think, yeah, starting a tiny bit from church holdings now. Okay, so King Henlik is the King of Pomerania and my brother. Yeah, let's accept. Nice to keep him out of any possible factions. Oh, there's a civil war. They haven't fractured. It's just a civil war going on. Okay, so that's nice. A Liberty faction has gone. We're in credit now. We're making about 20 a month. Okay, breaking fast with a friend. It's my wife. Right, is God more important than breakfast? I mean, these seem like all benefits. She gets to like me more. We have a lovely picnic, which is good for stress loss. I grow close to forming a friendship with my wife. Let's go for that. All benefits. Right. And this is the girl that I fell in love with when I found out that I was heterosexual. And she's a seductress. She's married. Nope. It's my cousin, King Hasek, Poland. Yeah, let's do this. We get 50 and he gets slightly better. So I don't think that's hardly gone down. Let's just check we are indeed on manorialism. Yes, but it's 26 years now. His father was doing it much, much quicker. Right, how's this going? Vassals. Feudal. I mean, they all hate me, not quite so much, apart from King Zabislav. I mean, can I just, like, murder him? Not really. Imprison. You'd accept. Let's just get it back. He don't like it. We're not going to change how much he dislikes us. Okay, so I've got my artifact back. Nice. Okay. So the other thing is that my father, before he died of lover's pox, had nearly 5,000 prestige, and I was hoping to introduce agrarianism into the culture. Never mind. My son, Ed Devon, has been invited to a gathering of peers by Prince Borivoj. I mean, if he died, it wouldn't even bother me that much. Yeah, you go off, son. You have a good time. Right, I've swayed him again. That's really helped with the money. I mean, we're actually on a significant amount of money now. I mean, to be fair, we're doing pretty well. These are just counts. They're not important. And there's only one member of this. King Zabislav. Are you sure you can't, like, get a... It'd be nice if we could make some sort of a negotiating alliance with him, but we can't. Yeah, so we're not going to get a peace treaty with him, an alliance with him. But I'm in two minds whether I should be thinking about going to war or whether I should go on a pilgrimage. All right, let's go for the hook. Why has he got his face cut? Oh, war declared. Okay. Peace be with you. It seems there's no recourse for our dispute other than to settle it on the battlefield. So, who is this guy? Oh, it's just a northern army, isn't it? Okay. Right, what are they after? The Duchy of Pomerania. And their strength? Yeah, 9,000. Not much better than levies. Okay, I'm glad I didn't go to war, though. Okay, they're trying to murder my bodyguard. Okay. At least we know about it. Alright, let's do it. Let's just get him on the side. Right, let's wait for them to arrive. I mean, this almost feels easy. Right, let's get this war won. Right, let's work up this way. I don't get much out of it. I got a load of fame. Right, it won't take as long to get back to full strength. Right, what's happening here? Okay, right, so I like this. Okay, grant them refuge. Yeah, he gets poorer development, and we get better. Return them for 10 opinion, or graciously return them. And that will get him to like me quite a bit less, but that'll stress me. I can do this one. I mean, I'm accepting that I'm going to be a rival with Yugoslav. Right, once the army's back up to full strength, which it is, we're on 23 now. Very nice. Now, Rudo is not swayed. I'll keep trying. Right, do I want Devon to become gluttonous? Don't want shy or in particular. I think I'm just going to stay with gluttonous, but I'm not planning for him to ever become the actual king. Okay, let's go. I mean, there's several things we need to get in sorted, don't we? We need to get the extort subjects thing stuck at some point, and we also need to get in with the Pope. I mean, like, how far away are we from the Pope giving us money? Not that far. And he pays 828. Okay, let's go on a pilgrimage to Rome. Right, we are going to need a caravan master, so we'll take Prince Bohuslav of West Slavia. We will take some guards, and that seems to be good enough to keep us. Okay, we're going to make it a cheap one. I'm not worried about stress. Piety. Altruism. Okay. Let's go. Who's my... Oh, it's okay. King Henry, that's not too bad. 280? I mean, that would be... It certainly has some benefits. This is better, though. So okay, we'll become stressed. We'll get Sacred Touch. Yep, let's do that. Lots of things being built. Right, we'll pardon him. Right, that's really good news. So I can... I'll wait until I'll wait until that's finished, but that's really good news. We're here for piety. Do you know, I've got a pretty good marshal, and that puts me on 39. Right, when I get back, we're going to go and win a tournament or something. Okay, I like that. Okay, right, I'm on my way home. Okay, well, what's this? Okay, he's offering me Frisia. Rough terrain expert. I'm not really bothered about that. There's somebody else to fight my battles. Think about Frisia. This is not in the direction I want to go, but this is 867. Okay, let's get this money. Fabulous. Okay. We're going to have some sort of a grand tournament while I still have 39 prowess. Stuff being built galore. Grand tournament. Militia camps and suitable terrain. So Boleslav looks good. So does Pilsen. Let's go for Boleslav. So this is what I'll be good at. Yeah, that's what we want. Let's go for it. Okay, I think we want to train. This seems like a good bet. Yep. I like this. Get a little bit more popular. Right, glory will be ours. Okay. Right, this is the melee sabotage. Yeah. I think it's unlikely, so let's just... This is no way to win. We'll win honestly. I mean, this seems like the best one. Okay, that was the best possible result there. I mean, I think this is the best. Yep, even the Emperor can't win them all. Look, I'm cut to pieces. Okay. I still gained a lot of prestige. Okay. Let's look at my court here. I mean, Marshall's gone. Okay, we're going to have to use King Henrik. Yeah, my physician is this fine. Okay. So what about... Okay, let's do some buying. Might as well just upgrade everything where possible. Excellent. I mean, it's a lot of money gone, but when those things are built, it's going to make a big difference. And I'm home. Okay, I'm a little bit disappointed I didn't win that. I possibly didn't have the benefit of that plus 20. Okay, what is King Hasek up to now? Okay, so he can build big areas. Fine. That's Devon, isn't it? Okay. Who am I swaying? No. Okay, so we don't need to be swaying him. Plenty of other people to be swaying. It's nice that King Henrik is well on my side now. Okay, starting to build stuff now. We're going to hit 30 in a minute. I can now upgrade to keep. Okay, golden obligations. I don't think I've got any hooks. So let's... Oh, this is worrying. Look at them moving into this area. Right, we're well over 30 now. And I'm still quite a young man. Yeah, 31. Exactly how much gold I'm making. Would he be my best military? No. I mean, he wouldn't be bad to have around, especially with that military engineer ability. So this is Cabot, 115. Let's think about it when we need him. Use this guy. Go for a hook. Right, I think we're feeling a little bit safer now. So if you look at our feudal vassals, they are definitely chilling. He doesn't like us, but he's allied to us. Okay. Think about going on a little bit of conquest. I mean, this is just a county. All I can go for is a county. Right, he's done all he can do. We should start fabricating claims. Right, I can't declare war on him, even though he's Slovianskan. I mean, that's a not inconsequential number of counties, isn't it? Okay, so I think we've made a lot of progress in terms of like stabilising this much bigger realm, becoming a little bit more powerful. You know, we're not in bad shape. I'm thinking next time about maybe going on like some sort of a tour, some sort of a grand tour, getting a lot of money, maybe getting a load of prestige and improving my culture. But I think probably just going for money, building a load of stuff, and then getting ready for a war. What are we going to fight? What are we going to fight? I don't know, and it's a little bit confusing to me because this chap here says I can declare war on him, but there are no casus bellis. So I guess I can't. Okay, this guy I could. See, there are some... I kind of feel a little bit like maybe it would make sense to do some of these small wars. And they would be small. They would be small. I mean, like this. Why on earth would I not take this if I can? Yeah, I can do it. I can do it for somebody's claim. I could fight it with my hands tied behind my back, and by doing that, I think I could perhaps just be making some steady progress while I'm concentrating on the economy, and just making this realm unbelievably powerful. Just take a little county here, a little county there. I'm very, very tempted to see if I can get a claim on this duchy here. And I'll tell you what was really, really useful was that loopholes thing. So maybe look to get that later in my life. Get a few press claims, take a duchy or two. It's going to take me several generations to form the kingdom of the Slavs. Undeniably. Let's just have a look at how ridiculously huge it is. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, yeah, it's right down here, isn't it? I think it's like that. Yeah. I mean, out of interest, can I attack Novgorod? Nope. I got no casus bellis. I can attack him, but just for one. It's probably worth doing it. It's probably worth doing it. I've got to start somewhere. Yeah. Okay. So next time, expect a little bit of war, but a lot of development, I think, is what we can expect for next time. And I'm probably going to be going more down than anything. All right. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.